Muy buenas militantes de los videojuegos, bienvenidos una vez más a Alan Wake para un canal más de videojuegos. Yo soy xfac1314, a.k.a. Lobo Loco, a.k.a. Facundo. Y nada, bueno, había jugado los primeros dos episodios, si no me equivoco, según ChatGPT, son 6. Jugando este iríamos la mitad. La otra vez estuve probando un poquito la primera parte del Alan Wake 2. Uf, amigo, como se ve increíble, se ve increíble. Ya le tengo ganas. Y nada, vamos a seguir con esto. Episodios. Voy a poner en normal o en fácil. No, vamos a poner normal. Episodio 3. Y después tenemos especiales, que no sé bien qué es eso. Pero bueno. Episodio 3, rescate. Episodio 3, a la carrera. Episodio 3, rescate a la carrera. Okay. Anteriormente en Alan Wake, Alice ha sido secuestrada. Alan, please help me.
Anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and, get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Ok. Bueno, ¿qué va pasando hasta acá? Entonces, bueno, Alan Wake. Alan Wake y Rose. No, Rose, no. No, Rose es la piba esta. ¿Cómo es que se llama? Alice. Alan Wake y Alice, su mujer, vinieron acá, a este pueblo, que no me acuerdo el nombre ahora, de vacaciones. ¿Por qué? Porque Alan hace años que no puede escribir, él es escritor y está desmotivado. Básicamente fue como, bueno, la loca le dijo, bueno, vámonos de vacaciones, el loco sí, obvio, va para ahí, nos vamos de vacaciones. Llegaron al lugar y cuando fueron a una cafetería a encontrarse con el loco del Airbnb, digamos que le iba a dar las llaves, ahí quedó solo Alan y Alice fue a hacer un mandado. ¿Cómo es? Bueno, en lugar de encontrarse con el loco que supuestamente les iba a dar la llave, se encontró con una señora re creepy, pero mal. O sea, es obvio que es algo malo. Y ella le dijo, no, el loco está enfermo, toma las llaves y las direcciones para ir. Bueno, vuelve Alice, recoge a Alan, se van a la dirección y resulta que esta dirección es en un lago, en una isla que está en un lago, una cosa así. Cuando llegan ahí, Alice le cuenta a Alan que le trajo la máquina de escribir para que él pueda intentar escribir en un nuevo lugar que capaz que se motiva. Y además también le cuenta que en este pueblo hay un doctor que ayuda a gente, a artistas a superar bloqueos creativos. Y ahí Alan se recalienta porque él pensó que eran unas vacaciones posta, pero en realidad la loca se lo estaba tomando más como para ayudarlo a él en realidad. Y Alan se recalienta y se va a la mierda. En eso se corta la luz. Alice, que es la esposa de Alan, tiene fobia extrema a la oscuridad y queda re mal. Pero Alan se va igual. Y cuando está en el muelle, escucha que ella grita en exceso, más que por el medio de la oscuridad, así que vuelve corriendo. Eh, Ve como que ella se hunde en el lago. Esa parte no me acuerdo mucho porque fue el año pasado que lo jugué, en realidad lo dejé mucho en stand-by. Y él se tira al agua a buscarla. Ahí, Tuki, hay un corte. Ah, antes, cuando recién arranca el juego, él tiene una pesadilla como que atropella a una persona, pero al final como que no la mata porque esa persona sobrevive y después se levanta y están llegando al pueblo. Eso es como un dato extra ahí. En fin, volviendo a lo que estaba contando. Él se hunde en el agua para intentar salvarla a ella y después, págate, se despierta de la nada. Capaz que me estoy comiendo alguna cosa, pero es como me lo acuerdo. Se despierta. Y... ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Y no me acuerdo exactamente. Pero básicamente, como en resumen, no yendo tan específicamente a los detalles, él se da cuenta que estuvo como dormido una semana, ahí entre que se tiró al agua y se despertó, digamos, pasó una semana. También hay otra cosa. Ah, hay como unas criaturas que lo están atacando y matan a una persona, que no me acuerdo si era un guardabosques o una cosa así. Se encuentra con una policía, que la policía le dice, che, está todo bien, no sé qué, lo ve a él medio herido y preocupado. Además la policía también está preocupada porque ellos llegaron al pueblo y desaparecieron una semana. Y el loco le dice, no, mi mujer, no sé qué, la tenemos que encontrar, que estábamos en la cabaña del lago. Y la policía le dice, es imposible porque la cabaña del lago se hundió hace años con la erupción de un volcán, como estaban hablando recién acá. Em, y Alan no le cree, entonces van hasta el lago, ve él efectivamente que no hay ninguna cabaña, así que ahí medio raro que está pasando. Y también en el medio él empieza a encontrar un manuscrito, o sea, hojas de un escrito que es creado por él, que él no recuerda y a su vez que está narrando como lo que está pasando. Entonces es como, che, ¿qué onda con esto? Lo escribí yo, no me acuerdo. Y encima está como relatando de cierta forma lo que está ocurriendo ahora. En paralelo a esto, también alguien lo llama a él y le dice, che, yo fui el que secuestró a tu mujer, si querés que te la devuelva, dame todo el manuscrito. O sea, raro, porque Alan no lo escribió. Después se va a encontrar con el secuestrador. Y juntos, además, eso es raro también, juntos empiezan a pelear contra los bichos, estos de la oscuridad. Y ahora es básicamente como el objetivo de Alan es conseguir todo el manuscrito para dárselo al secuestrador y ver si así puede recuperar a su mujer. Estoy comiendo muchos detalles en realidad, pero no sé cómo contarlos bien. Ah, y acá ahora nos llamó Rose, que supuestamente tiene más páginas del manuscrito. Y nos los va a dar.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Esto vino de la nada y quedó ahí. Random. ¿Dónde estamos yendo, señor?
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were
Thunder Lake.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Habla con Rose.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
There we go.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
Back to work, boy.
Felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Okay. Wake, wake. La foto con los lentes, boludo. Épica. Debe ser el cuarto de la Lady.
Rose took a
Sí.
date from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Quiero mierda, boludo.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
La página del manuscritos. ¿Pero qué tengo que hacer? Ir a buscar la... Ir a buscar la... ¿Cómo es? La camioneta.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know? I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had a, argument with Danny, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I must go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure that you will walk away?
La musiquita.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Esto es una cosa a nivel juego que no me gusta, es te cansás pero no tenés barra de estamina, entonces es medio como...
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest!
Hemingway.
The muscle I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
Mamadísimo, tarado.
What are you? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Escapamos porque no puedo perder tiempo con la policía, me tengo que ir. Ah, estoy... No, no era para acá, perdón. Un segundo. Tuki, 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 tuki. Bien. Pero qué temperamental el policía, boludo. Ya me arrancó a disparar. No lo dudó ni un segundo.
There he is! There he goes! Okay, men, keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Damn.
Se le re había picado el cante, eh.
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
Una nueva página del manuscrito.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Así que la oscuridad estaba quieta hasta que llegué yo, básicamente. Nos pasamos todo el juego así, caminando.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Y la oscuridad los está atacando a estos, pero pa' buena.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Not a monster. El juego está muy lindo, la verdad. Para tener sus años ya, a ver de qué año es. ...2010... 18 de mayo de 2010... para consola Xbox 360. Exclusivo, mirá, de Xbox. Qué grande, ¿no? Buen exclusivo. Creo que igual pasó medio sin pena ni gloria, pero... no, está bien. Muy narrativo, capaz que a nivel gameplay no es tan atractivo, pero cumple. Y también la narrativa es muy rebuscada porque es en documentos, en videos y en material extra también.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Vinieron, pero a por todo, por mí, boludo. ¿Qué? Hay monstruos, adiós. Re wey. On the lake.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
¿Habrá que ir para la radio? Sigo con la misión de huir de la policía, che.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what you... Come on. Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Oda Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Okay. ¿Y que se llamaron a William y a Rose? ¿Por dónde acá vengo? Joder, ya voy. No, iré a aquel lado, no está bien. Es para acá.
Imagine that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
La mina de que... No tengo con qué defenderme.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without light.
Estoy la garganta tomadísima.
There was no power to the searchlight.
Tiene un logro por agarrar 25.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Estoy chufeando a ver si encuentro algo. Tengo que reparar el generador, che. Ya. Sí. Y se arreglan las cosas a las patadas. Intensificar. ¿Funciona? Creo que sí. Eso. Ah, mira, linterna. Good.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
For my situation.
Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report, over. Team 2, come in. I need a report, over. Come on, guys, talk to me.
Flashlights. Deleteado, Lince. ¿Verdad? Luz. Corre, wait.
Call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door in the...
Un segundo. Me olvidé de cambiar la categoría del stream. Hace rato que estoy con esto y es Alan Wake.
Put off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Es un poco más táctico el juego en este sentido. No tengo... No tengo más la pistola. Así que full linterna y granadas. Bueno, de los granajes los deletea a los enemigos. Me perdí. Pero igual me toca apurar. Cansa muy rápido y no ves la estamina. Yo creo que llegamos. ¿Por dónde? Ah. Le tío, mierda. Eso que apreté el shift para esquivar, pero no funcionó. No pasa nada. Tengo pila de granadas, así que vamos solo. Había algo ahí. Ah, Dios, ¿dónde? Casi, casi. ¡Uno murió!
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Ah, voy. Bright Falls se llama el pueblo.
Well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna. Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Pero ese loco está loquísimo, boludo.
In there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me? He Lovecraft.
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Está loquísimo.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Prendo una luz esto. Sí. Mientras que me mantenga la luz, no me van a hacer daño. Y me curo. Full life. Tengo pistola. Recién me di cuenta. Ah.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Encender. Bueno. ¿Dónde vas? Ah, tiré una granada. Agarra la puta cosa. Estamos bien, estamos bien. Sarah desconfió de Night.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
¿Hay algo más acá? Algo oculto, algo oculto. Un objeto poseído ataca a Wade.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Un presagio del future.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Gas.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Se mapearon. Creo que tengo que alumbrar a las verjas esas que están ahí para poder pasar. ¿Debe haber una cosa?
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Ahí. Maldita. ¿Qué onda? Wade y la presencia oscura en la clínica.
The door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story, certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Mira. Linterna de alta resistencia. Es más grande. It's so big. Bueno, se picó el cantecillo, amigos. En la oscuridad. In light, you can hurt them. And you can hear them. La presencia oscura ataca a Wade.
Towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Voy a apretar F5 más rápido. Hello darkness, my old friend. I come to talk with you again. Ah, pero sí. Curate, wey. Me dejaba curarme.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
¿Habrá algo ahí? ¿Puedo bajarme, no? Sí.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Supongo que da igual seguir en un vehículo o en el otro, ¿no? Pero bueno. ¿Quién tiene peor cardio, boludo? ¿Alan Wake o yo? Opa.
welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
Mis pistolas. ¿Todo esto significa que estas páginas no las encontré en el medio? Okay.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much. I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now. With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
¿Qué me tiene tanta rabia? En 1970 se produjo una erupción bajo Cauldron Lane que, aunque débil, hizo que la mayoría de galerías quedaran inundadas o derrumbadas. 32 mineros perdieron la vida y ello puso fin a toda actividad minera en la zona de Brentford. Muchos de los edificios están hoy protegidos como legado histórico. Muy lindo el juego, la verdad. Y muchos detalles para ser de 2010. Me gusta.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
No?
Wake,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
You
by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
¿Vas por acá?
Get to Mirror Peak.
What?
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Caution. Zane enamorado de Barbara Jagger.
Zane fell for Barbara Jagger. It happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
You was his muse. ¿Revólver qué? Pero ¿por qué no hace efecto la linterna? Mucho poder. Like... Okay. Me hicieron pito. ¿Dónde? What's happening?
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Avoid electrocution. Oh no. Good. Ay, no me la contés. Run, Mr. Wake, run! Wow. Puta madre, ¿ese de dónde salió? Estoy peleando contra uno y me pega uno de la nada de donde no me mostraron que salió gente de ahí. Puede ser. Lo puede ser, dame un segundo. Quiero tener. Ya no cambio nada, llegando hasta donde hoy llegué. Buenas fue tocado por la presencia oscura.
And retained echoes of their former selves. But these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Mierda.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Que aguanta la reja esa, ¿no? ¿Puedo darme esto o no? ¿Esto qué? ¿Estas manchitas qué son? Vamos bien. Va, macaco. Va. Va. Wake y Barry en el calabozo.
Bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Cambiar no cambió nada. Estoy chusmeando a ver si hay algo por acá. Volví al inicio. Dios. Es una música tensa. ¿Vienen más enemigos? No me quiero perder nada, pero no sé. No sé si hay algo, pero... Ah, es lo mismo, estoy medio perdido, perdón. Lejos. ¿Capaz por acá? Tal vez, solo tal vez. No, era un mal lugar para poner algo, pero no pusieron nada. Todo está igual de bien. Estamos full.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Escopetas de chimasa. Tiene más balas. Qué lindo. Mierda, mierda, mierda.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
Is it going for Alice?
The cravings may cause cancer.
Algo por acá, no. Good. Bright Falls.
Dead. A ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Maybe a century. Mierda, que no me ataquen los objetos que son durísimos. Cuando te atacan los objetos es muy control. Objetos alterados. No se puede entrar. Parece que no. Rick y Casey.
It was simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight. Something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Okay. Estoy quedando sin granadas y bengalas. Esos son los más útiles. De hecho, solo me queda una granada. Tendré que intentar pelear posicionándome mejor. Y usando la linterna, porque para la linterna sí me están dando un montón de cosas. De pilas. Pila de pilas. ¿Verdad? No entendí bien qué pasó. ¿Tres? ¿Los tres? Bien. ¿Ves? Ah, una llave. ¿Hay algo? No. ¿Qué decía acá? Safe Haven. ¿Qué es Safe Haven? Refugio seguro. Lanzabengalas.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Okay. Para cambiar al fusil de casa. No, prefiero la escopeta maciza.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Torch.
Birds.
No me ataquen. Oh. No, mierda. Birds.
Birds.
Birds. ¿Más? Los pájaros son complicados. Uy. Ay, me acabó un tiraco. Túnel. Go to Cauldron Lake.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain. Alice?
Alice!
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Los cazadores son poseídos.
Were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
What? Ahí caí, no. Volví y no me di cuenta, ¿no? ¿Qué? No, porque hoy cuando vine fui por el túnel, ya entendí. Al menos tengo bengalas ahora. ¿Habrá algo acá abajo? Hay un pingo. A pelear, ¿Qué es ese ruido?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
Pero yo no te puedo creer que tenía la bengala descargada, amigo. Qué desgraciado, boludo. Me engañé un par de sobapos por tener la bengala descargada.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Okay. Mm. Puma. ¿Qué arriba? Manuscritos. Manuscritos. Thor golpea a la enfermera Sinclair.
Flash behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Dos ya se fueron, creo.
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
Just great. Hay que tener huevo para subirse a esto. Va a pasar algo, Sin dudas va a pasar algo. ¿De dónde? Holy shit. Jamón, loco, jamón. Le falta un punterito a esto, boludo, para el arma. O sea, apuntás más o menos para donde está la luz, pero... pero eso, más o menos. Pero qué perros lo que te tiran cosas. Control Lake, el octavo lago más profundo del mundo. Es un lago de caldera, formando un cráter volcánico. Podría decirse que el volcán sigue activo, pero no ha registrado actividad desde el seísmo volcánico de 1970. Y aún entonces su actividad era relativamente débil. A pesar de los daños materiales, no hubo que lamentar víctimas. Cauldron Lake es uno de los parajes más hermosos de la zona de Bright Falls y es un elemento clave en muchas leyendas populares. Es un clásico lugar de esparcimiento para los habitantes de la zona. ¿Y se ve desde acá? Es eso. Cauldron Lake. Es lindo Bright Falls, le hicieron lindo. Le... volvió hacia atrás, mira. Pensé que había avanzado. Fácil. ¿Pareció ver algo acá? Sí. Manuscritos.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
What the fuck? Una. Puta madre. Golpeo el mouse contra el teclado y disparo sin querer. ¿Ven algo por pasar? No me estoy dando cuenta. Acá. Y TZ. Tom. What? Tom 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 tom. No sé. Mierda, no me quedan pilas. No me queda. Ah. ¿Tiene luz en el lago?
See Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Wait! Are you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have a wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make him play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Como estaba escrito. Bueno. Los temas que después quedan silenciados en mi canal de YouTube. Fin del episodio tercero, muchachos.
El sentado es muy bueno para la próstata, pero eso es muy de niño. Entonces a mí me gusta como cruzar los brazos y abrir las patas. Joda. La manteca de cacao tiene que ser parte de tu rutina, pero así no, jodí, qué vergüenza. Si te vas a arreglar el pelo, que sea de una manera así como los hombres, jodí. Hay que leer, pero mucho cuidado como leemos. Nada de estar cruzando las piernas ni nada de eso. Abrir las patas y ponete la mano ahí como ahí mismo. A mí me gusta tener una bitácora para anotar todo lo que yo siento en el día y cómo van pasando los acontecimientos de mi vida masculina. Nada de...
Bueno, esto ya es del episodio 4. El menú, queridos militantes de los videojuegos, vamos a dejar este episodio, este capítulo de Alan Wake por acá. Nos vemos en la próxima con el episodio 4 de Alan Wake. Así que bye bye.